Brett Baty looks like a different hitter since he's been back. What's the difference from what you've seen? He hit 2 homers today.
Yeah, no, I want to go back to before we sent him down. The last 10 games when he was up here, there was confidence. He was attacking his pitches, putting the barrel, using the whole field. Went down to AAA for a little bit, and since he's been back, it's the same thing. Conviction with his swing decisions, driving the ball to all fields. Even with two strikes, staying short against a lefty today. We saw him hitting a solid line drive to left field. Like, there's a lot to like right now. He's getting ready on time, and that's where it starts. The rhythm, on time, not missing pitches.
I know you said earlier today it's day to day with him, but will we see more of him?
Oh, for sure, for sure. And again, I feel like it's a good problem to have. I got 13 position players that are, pretty good, and I somehow have to continue to have this type of rotation and keep everyone somehow fresh and active, contributing, and we'll do that with Brett and some of the other guys too.
Abby?
What did you see from Megill tonight?
Yeah, I think watching him that first inning with the way the ball was coming out, it was a light 93, 94. I thought he got away from his breaking ball. That first inning threw a lot of fastballs to seam, and they got him. And he was laboring, pretty much a whole out in there. And he was able to go back out for the fifth, but once he got to the fifth, I thought, we were pretty good setup-wise back there, and I decided to go.
He's kind of had a pattern in his career where he is lights out in April and then he kind of struggles in May and June. How do you keep a guy from sort of sliding into that same career pattern?
Yeah, we're
Off the start that he's had.
pretty confident with his ability, his maturity, the guys that we got in here. So maybe an outing or two. Like, he was pretty good not too long, 2 hours ago. So I think it's one of those where today he just probably wasn't at his best, and I feel like just the life on the fastball. I thought he got better. Like, I saw 94, 95 on the fourth and the fifth, and he got some swing and misses at the top. But early on, I didn't see that.
Manny?
Just how impressive has Brazoban been? I mean, 1 2/3 here, he was lights out. At 35, seems like he's having his breakout season finally. Just, can you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, he's been huge, and a lot of confidence from him. Knowing that he can come in at any point in the game. Whether it's in the middle of an inning with traffic, clean inning, giving us multiple pitching high leverage, whether it's the eighth, the seventh, and he continues to make pitches. He continues to trust his stuff in the strike zone. He continues to get out, whether it's lefties, righties, and it's good to see him continue to make pitches and give us a chance to win baseball games.
The back?
Rashid McDonald, Geeks AI International. What did you see from Max Cranics tonight?
Yeah, I thought he got away from his fastball a little bit there. I thought one at bat, he threw 4 sliders in a row. This is a guy that he's got a pretty good fastball, and I thought he got away, on that inning. Usually a guy that attacks, and to see him walk couple guys kind of ended up hurting them. But he's been solid for us. He just one of those nights where he lost it a little bit there.
Dan?
Carlos, it seemed like you guys were knocking on the door throughout the night, and outside of Batty, you just couldn't come up with that hit. Is that basically what happened with the offense?
Yeah, we created traffic and we couldn't come up with a big hit. But I'll take my chances every night as long as we continue to put guys on base, and more times than not, those guys will come through. You got to give them credit. They win a bullpen game pretty much, and when you're trying to put together a game plan and all that, like you got to find a way, obviously. But again, creating traffic, and I'll take my chances with that group.
Andrew?
Going back to Brett, what have you kind of seen from his demeanor, kind of after all he's been through to get back here and now to perform at the level he has these last few games?
I think having results, and that was when we sent him down. It's like it was a different feeling. We're sending you down, not because you can't play here. You're showing us that you are a big league player. It's just where we are roster-wise. So the mentality is completely different when you get sent down. And then he comes back up and he's getting opportunities, and he knows he belongs in the big league. He's a really good big league player. He's got skills. He's got tools. And we've seen it, 2 homers today, pull side, the other way with ease. So I think it's just the confidence now that he knows he belongs here in big leagues.
I guess, is there anything different in his approach or anything that you're seeing at the plate that might be different than you saw at any point last year?
On time to fastball. He's not missing fastballs. Feel like when he gets in trouble, he's fouling them off, taking them, and then obviously they're going to make him chase, and they're going to go to the secondary pitches. And even I think breaking balls in the strike zone, he's hammering them too. So anything on the strike zone, he's putting barrels on the ball.
Luis Gonzalez, Quisqueya, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Manaya, what's his timetable?
We still don't know. He's throwing 120, threw off the mound yesterday. He's still a few weeks away.